I swear the media will do anything to make women look like terrible mothers, especially this woman. So this is a follow-up to Sandra. Thank you so much for this comment. This is why reality TV shows, especially dating ones, drive me crazy. And I say this is somebody, I was on a reality TV show for National Geographic. It's not even like, it wasn't about drama. It was about like survival brain and what happens when under stress. There was like no drama on that show. And they still edited out so much. And it made one dude who was awful look like a great dude. And then the other dude who was actually pretty cool look awful. Anyway, the way they made Sandra look like this really selfish mother. And for the whole context, go back and watch the video before about all the reasons why I'm glad she didn't go to her daughter's wedding. She was centering herself. So here's some more context. Not only did her son-in-law say, it's 8 minutes. The ceremony is 8 minutes. The marriage is forever. Go. And then her daughter was like, yeah, go. I got my man. Go find yours. They were both a little perturbed that I even considered not going because of their wedding. Look at this is key context, y'all. They'd each been married before. She's almost 51. He's 53. And like this comment says, it was like a courthouse wedding. Like not only was this not a big wedding, it's a courthouse wedding, but like I said before, there's no way that she knew that the date was going to be the same as The Bachelor, right? Like, in applying to these shows, sometimes you apply a year or 2 years in advance. It's a lot of planning. It's so much stuff. Like, God, that context is so key. People are slamming her being, I have dad. Even in my comments about this, but I don't know. I mean, missing your daughter's wedding is a big deal. Really? A second wedding is a lot different than the first one. A teeny tiny wedding, a courthouse wedding is a lot different than, a princess wedding with 200 guests and like 50 grand or something, It's not what she missed. People are so quick to just paint mothers in this selfish light for doing anything for themselves. And I've got another 2 things that I want to talk about with this. I don't think people are considering. She'd been single for 3 decades. Okay, this woman is used to being single. And I love single women. I will always advocate for single women. I was single most of my life. And I was single, doing my own thing. I love being single. I'm sure she's living her best life. But she also sounds like she wants one more shot at love. There's nothing wrong with that. And she also, by the way, has been on Wheel of Fortune. She seems like a really adventurous woman. And we don't know any of these people, okay? We're all just like making assumptions. She's like, yeah, I've been on double dates, blind dates, speed date, online dating, and now I have TV dating. I was like, she just loves new experiences. Good for her. She's 75 and still has that curious, adventurous mindset. I love that. I love her even more after reading this. And she's been watching the Bachelor franchise for years. And look, she's like, I thought, well, why not? Why not? She even called them the other sister wives. She cusses. She says the F word. It sounds like, I don't know, she reminds me of myself in that I love new experiences, y'all. Sometimes I will do the most random, stupid things just because, why not? This is a new experience. Might meet cool people. And that is my final point that I think is the most important. Women who go on these shows, they know they're probably not going home with a man, especially a Bachelor Nation show where it's all those women and one man. So most of them, especially at their age, are probably, nurturing friendships. They get a free vacation. They're staying at this mansion place. Obviously, they're staying in like twin beds or whatever. They're hanging out. They're having fun. When one of them is whisked off onto a yacht on one of their little special dates, the rest of them were all hanging out together. And as someone mentioned in the comments in my last video, thank you for this comment, saying that like a lot of these women make lifelong friends from this experience, and some of them even show up for each other as bridesmaids in their weddings. Women are so good at community. We know that we need community. We would not be alive without community because men certainly have never protected us or provided for us in the ways that we need. So women are always there for each other. And yet the media is always like, cat fight. And if women dare to go do something, like go on Bachelor Nation for a new experience and maybe to meet some cool people and like hang out in a mansion and be on a vacation for a couple, however many weeks it is. People are like, yeah, but she wasn't there for her daughter's wedding, even though she was 51 and it was her second wedding and her daughter told her not to be there. And I believe there's probably some misogynoir mixed into all of this because the way they're dragging Sandra might look a little bit different if she was a white woman. Just saying. If you see the way that they treat black women on these dating shows, it is always so much worse. I mean, Love is Blind is a perfect example of that. The way they treated Aaliyah. Unbelievable. Even when Aaliyah showed up at the reunion and was so graceful and empathetic and kind in her reactions, but also very self-respecting. Even still, they had Milton being like, well, I don't know, all these people, everyone gaslighting her. And the only person that they treated just as bad or worse was Miriam. I did a whole video on that, on how they edited everything out, all the context out, to show that she was not lying about her job. Like, go back and watch that video. I'll try to remember to link it. The way they edit these shows is so infuriating, but they do it, A, for the drama, but B, to get us talking and for us to be the mean girls. We become mean girls when we're, oh, look at her. She missed her daughter's wedding. That's not what happened. So the whole reason why these shows are actually fun to watch is because of women like this. This woman she was such a team player. She was so fun. I think she actually enjoyed hanging out with women more than Gary or whatever his name is. I guarantee you that these women, a lot of them are going to come away from this experience being really good friends. They're not even going to care about this Gary dude. If you think about Love is Blind, even the women who go on shows where they each partner up with someone, it's not just one dude and like a bunch of women. All the women get partnered up with someone, and some of them don't, but because of the times they spent together, like in the pods or whatever, they become best friends. Some of these women are like best friends. They have podcasts together. Like, most of them did not end up with a man, but they got friendships out of it. So please, when you watch reality TV show, please know that the editors are working overtime. And the producers are working overtime to create a narrative, to create drama, and to get us to talk about these women, and a lot of times in a really cruel way, super judgmental way, because they purposely withhold context that would make us understand them more. So as much as I didn't like the idea of a woman missing her daughter's wedding to go on a dating show to find a man, when you understand the whole context behind it, this woman had been single on her own for 30 years, living her best life, I'm sure, and she's going on an adventure and meeting friends, like, they're not going to show clips of them on the show being like, I don't care if I'm with this guy or not. Like, they're going to be like, I love Gary so much. I think I fall in love with Gary, blah. I don't believe any of it. Those women are there, I believe, more than anything for each other. Because women know that women are there for each other. Most of us know that has been most women's lived experiences is that men don't show up for us in any way whatsoever, and women enrich our lives. And I don't believe it's any different in Bachelor Nation, but they want us to think it's all catfights, and that even though some of these women are close, at the end of the day, they would stab each other in the back if they have to get the man, as if men are the prize. I even hate the whole concept of The Bachelor. When I see that the friendships that come out of it and how cool some of these women are, I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. I hope they make good friends. I hope they don't end up with him. Please stop believing what the media tells you about women. Half the time, it's not even true. And especially if they're not white women, you really need to use your critical thinking skills and media literacy. Because what they don't tell you is almost always way more important than what they do.